Welcome to what many call the original Death Valley, Clemson, South Carolina, where the crowd is rocking in anticipation of the showdown we have in store. Little gets the blood boiling, quite like a rivalry game. Barbs, shots, trash talk, things that go on throughout the week will now all be settled on this field. As we'll see the number 17 team in the country, the Florida State Seminoles, taking on the 18th ranked team in the land, the Clemson Tigers. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. The Seminoles will get us underway with the opening kickoff. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21.
First and
10. Two running backs alongside the quarterback. They'll move the running back to try to force the defense to adjust. Flips it out in the flat. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play. When you reach this point in the season, these types of games, top 25 matchups, really determine whether you're going to be a contender.
Yeah, and really show what you're going to be the rest of the season. How are you going to finish strong throughout the season? You know, the first part of the season, now getting to the middle of the season, Palmer, getting a chance to show what you're about so you can finish strong.
It's a resume builder, no doubt about it. Really, there's been so much anticipation building up to this top 25 matchup. So which team can control their emotions, I think, goes a long way in who wins this one.
Lining up from the 34 on first down. They'll run it out of the shotgun. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43. We anticipate this one being much tighter than the last time these two met when it was a blowout, David.
And here's the thing. You got an opportunity right now. You got the football early in this game to show you. This is going to be more of the same.
And this looks disastrous. Oh, down he goes. A huge loss on that play. The pocket broke down, and the quarterback had to take the sack.
Really impressed by this pass rush, Reese. Just guys winning their individual battles one-on-one up front. They're able to get to the quarterback.
On third and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Working on the right. The defense got caught that time, and they finally get him on the ground with the 41. Clemson set up with another first down. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. They'll toss it to the left. Can't get him to the ground. He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Quick strike complete.
This quarterback right now is in a groove. He's doing a nice job increasing. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
The 7th play of this opening drive, they'll need to move the chains on third and short. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
Well, on third and short in field goal range, they dial up the pass play. Quarterback was trying to get through his progressions. There was just simply nobody open. Couldn't make an accurate enough throw. Ball falls incomplete. Now setting up a big decision here on fourth down.
This offense has moved into plus territory, and they want to keep the heat on. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He's got him, and they convert. Well, they just drained all the suspense out of the fourth down conversion, moving the chains easily. They were easily within field goal range there, but they don't feel like you can win this game 3 points at a time.
No, pass. I mean, you got to be aggressive. You got to get touchdowns, man. You've seen the emphasis. Defenses are willing to give up yards now to make you kick field goals. I like this offense being aggressive. Forget the threes. We need sixes.
Love the push by the offensive line on that RPO play. Look how they just work the single teams and the double teams. You see linemen chipping off of their guys and climbing into the second level and getting a hat on the linebacker. That's why those types of plays are successful.
The tackle is made, but he's got it first and goal from the 6.
And I don't care if I get it by 20, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just want to get the first down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick, get to the first down mark.
He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. We'll see if the offense can punch it in on 2nd and goal. They'll run the option. He'll toss it. And he is stopped, not getting close to the end zone. Line of scrimmage still at the 3.
Well, when you get down here inside the red zone, you got to be able to run the football. And it's one thing to do it conventionally, but I like the idea of mixing it up and trying to go jet sweep.
And here they come to give it another shot on 3rd and goal from the 3. Johnson wants to throw it. Into the end zone.
How did he catch that?
What a nice job by the offense. First drive of the game, they matriculate it down the field, put themselves in a goal-to-go situation on 3rd down. It's not going to be easy throwing it, but they win the matchup, accurate throw, and they get paid.
And they tacked on the extra point. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Looking to the big tight end. He makes the catch. And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line. Fresh set of downs after the completion. The give to the running back from the shotgun. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
I need to try that more of a rivals out. You can let y'all beat up on my head right away.
This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
Gets it out quickly.
Yeah.
He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
Hard work pays off, guys. These
Okay.
work so hard week in, week out, working on those critical down distances, 3rd downs, and having that conversion this early in the game, that's got to feel good for this offense.
They're going to run it. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
And the first guy couldn't get him, but the second one does, but not until he picks up the first down.
You've got to be loving what you're seeing from your offense here on the opening drive of this game. They're in a really nice rhythm. They've got real good balance going on right now, and they've got the defense on their heels.
They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. Quickly complete. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And these linebackers are flying around come over the middle of my field.
And makes the grab in the end zone. Touchdown, Florida State.
Touchdown, Florida State.
Nice job by the quarterback, hanging in the pocket, hanging in there. He knew he was going to take a lick. He took the lick, delivered a strike, and got the
The
score.
kick is good.
And he knocks the extra point through the upright.
Ties the game.
And we're all square as he's set to kick it
Number
away.
18, set to kick off.
The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense a rest.
And that's a real thing, man. Like, you played a lot of plays, you get worn out, you need a chance to go decompress on the sideline, get some oxygen. Palmer, now it's on this offense.
Yeah, this is the definition of complementary football because it's a two-pronged problem. You've got to score points and answer, but you've also got to take your time and give your defense an opportunity to get there.
And they try the middle of this stout defense, and they rise to the challenge.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. Johnson looking to throw. Getting some heat. Trying to make magic with his feet. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact.
Hey.
And the Tigers come to the line with a new set of downs. Motion by the back forces the defense to adjust. Gets it out fast. He's brought down solid. Pick up a little bit short of the first down.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football. And a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting the football, letting them get some positive yards.
Quarterback wants to throw on second down. Out of the backfield, he's open. Makes the grab, and it's enough for the first down before he's dragged to the ground. The Tigers are marching down the field.
I just love quarterbacks that aren't greedy and that aren't always trying to throw the home run ball, right? Second down, you're in your own end of the field. The guy you want to throw to's not open, just find the back. He'll go do something positive with it. This guy is a weapon, and you got to find him.
They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a first down. Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. He's going to pass on second down. Going to try to get it himself. That's the 20. He's got space. When you've been around like this guy has, you know how valuable picking up the first down with your feet can be. Clemson now operating in the red zone. Let's go. They'll leave it with him. They get him on the ground. A 6-yard run in the red zone down to the 11.
I like it. Just frustrate the defense. Get that 5 to 6 yards. Make them honor the run. Make them know that you're willing to run the football and run it effectively.
Operating in the red zone here on second down. Get set, get set. Pre-snap motion, quarterback trying to get a read. The give to the back. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2.
You know, defense is this kicker poison game, right? Like, I got to play a little bit soft and make them run the football, but when I do that, I give the running back space, and right there you could tell he takes advantage of it.
Let's see what Clemson comes up with on first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Tigers. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take it to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
He's brought down to the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback.
Florida State offense will take over. 1st and 10.
The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tired.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
Finding a way to put that foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
From the gun, the running back has it. Tried to fight his way through that tackle, but he's brought down.
Absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Here comes his home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. Caught near the sticks. It's Tavai. He threw that one with some serious heat. This senior quarterback doesn't need a lot of space to get it in there. Motion trying to get the defense to show his hand. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete. After the quarterback and receiver failed to hook up, they'll try it again on 2nd down. They'll run it from the gun. And it'll be a pickup of 9. They're facing a 3rd and 1.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. The line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next time.
Nice job to pick up the 1st down, and they'll spot it at the 42. And the Seminoles come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. He tosses one high and deep down the left side.
The quarterback and receiver just not on the same page on that last play. Timing has got to be so critical, especially when you're throwing the perimeter of the field, and he just didn't have it there.
2nd down coming up.
Damn.
From the gun, the ground game. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a 1st down. Seminoles have always been known for explosive, flashy, big plays, but think of guys like Dalvin Cook and the toughness that he ran with. That's on display here.
And those guys that I think of, too, with work done, where you hand them the football and big plays can happen. And often
Quarterback
Get away.
knocked down at the 42.
those outside linebackers nowadays, they're so fast. They got to cover ground. You can blitz them off the edge, and they can get after quarterbacks. Versatile. That's why they're getting drafted so high in the NFL and getting paid all that money.
The clock has reached the 2-minute mark, and they have a chance to at least cut into this lead before the break.
That's crazy.
Big 1st down sack for the defense. Brings up 2nd down. Wants to throw. It's Sullivan. They'll run the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass. They just never develop.
Yeah, and you're going to see this offense find different ways to get this running back the ball. It's not just going to be on handoffs, and they're certainly going to line them up in different places and even throw them the football. But the screen game's a big part of it, too. They're trying to get them going there.
Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable 3rd and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters, and I know the pass is coming, so I can have more success.
He's able to pick his way for just a bit, but he'll be stopped at the 18. Good job by the punt team. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. There wasn't much need to throw it around on that last drive for the touchdown, Jesse. They got it done running the ball.
And David, I don't think you have to overthink this thing. If they can't stop you running it, why would you stop handing it off? Just keep at it here on this drive.
Well, and if I'm the defense, I'm making some changes. I'm bringing in more big bodies. I'm playing more aggressive towards the line of scrimmage. I am not going to let them have that kind of drive again.
On second down, just keeps firing. Is complete. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short.
Again, this is a running back that can hurt you running it between the tackles, and he's dangerous out in space. They like to throw it to him out on the perimeter as he picks up a couple of yards there.
Now looking for that first down on 3rd and short from the 26. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Facing a 3rd down and short from the 26. Pulls and fires complete. And they gave him no chance to get loose, and they force a 4th down. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. And how about this lower intestinal fortitude? 4th and 1 in your own territory, and they're going. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And they gambled in their own end, turn it over on downs, and now the other offense is set up.
Man, first half being that aggressive on your side of the field, that's a different world. Like, you live in the analytics world, and I know people say go for it more often. I don't see the point in going for it on that one early in the game in that situation.
Back to throw, it's Sullivan. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
Man, a lot of coaches talk about starting the drive positive and the first play that can get you going. The QB just kept backing up and going backwards, and that is not the start to the drive they were looking for.
Slings it downfield.
How did he underthrow that?
Excellent job on the defense.
This game.
Breaking on the foot,
Extra.
getting there and making sure he gets a hand up and deflects. Listen, it's not about catching. It's not about getting the interception. It's making sure he doesn't catch it and deflecting that thing where he can't get it.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Nice job by the defense there, mixing up their look there. 3rd and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage, so everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
4th and a long way to go, but the offense is going to give it a shot. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Lost one deep down the right side. Downfield and incomplete. The defense holds.
And those 4th down stops are so huge for momentum. Turn the ball back to your offense. Great pass defense, seeing the ball, breaking on it, swatting it down so the receiver couldn't make a play. Nice job by this defense.
He'll pull it down and run. Turns it on in midfield. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. He fires one deep over the middle. And this will be
Dropping
incomplete.
it
A
big.
big hit there forces 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Moving the running back, trying to get the D to tip its hand. Running back searching for a hole. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. He wants to throw. Got his man on the right. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Tigers will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. If they're going to get on top in this game, they're going to have to find a way to get the running game going in the second half.
Agrees.
And that ball is picked off. Trying to take it back. Touchdown, Clemson. And this defense coming up with points of their own. What an interception return.
You've got to be so careful as a quarterback throwing over the middle of the field with this linebacker. He is so good in coverage. Reading the quarterback's eyes, he'll make you pay. And he did right there with that pick six.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. UConn is currently trailing in this one, but it feels like the tide may be turning. These Huskies have picked themselves up before, and they're capable of it again today. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Washington State. We'll circle back if anything changes in this exciting college football matchup.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it.
What?
He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
Bro, like, crazy, bro.
Everybody playing with eye discipline. They saw the pre-snap motion. They knew who had the football. And you saw guys play with excellent instinct running downhill and making a tackle.
Navigates that massive body.
God, oh.
17. And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
Hey, listen, it's not just the offense that makes adjustments at halftime. The defense does too. And that time, maybe showing a little bit of a different look than what they did in the first half. Looked like they confused the quarterback. They're able to come away with a pick.
Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. Here's the handoff. Pulled down after a pickup of 5, a statement run in the red zone to the 13. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. They'll go right back to him. They're not getting him on the ground, still on his feet. He rumbles all the way down to the 2-yard line. He gave him a little bit of everything on that one. They'll use the running game on first and goal. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
There is nowhere to run and nowhere to hide on these situations. You know the physical ground game comes into play inside the 5-yard line, and they match the intensity. Nice job. Everybody flying around to the football, making the tackle for a loss. Nice job by this defense.
Quarterback run is part of their game plan. Touchdown, Clemson! And they take it in for 6 more points. They want to finish the season strong, and man, are they doing that here in this Week 11 performance. Now they have extended this lead, guys, starting to put the hammer, but sometimes a rivalry game can give you a little of extra fight back.
And there can be no panic at this point now. You've worked too hard this offseason, David. They've had this game circled for so long. You've got to play your best football right now and fight back.
And you just need something good to happen on this next possession. You got to get the crowd back into this football game. Big rivalry. Get some emotion, get some momentum on your side.
The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, and you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jesse.
It's true. I think for them to get back in this one at this point now, they need the quarterback to play his best football. He's going to have to be good really pre-snap, David, making sure they're in the right looks, and he's got to be really good with his decision-making.
He's got to be dialed in because defensively you're giving up points. So it's not like you have the luxury of the defense playing great. The offense is going to have to score and score pretty dang quickly.
These are the types of plays where offenses impose their will. 3rd and short from the 45.
What?
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And that's what makes this defense so difficult to run against. They've got guys up front that just push offensive linemen backwards. They basically push the blockers right into the lap of that running back.
Moving away from pressure. Drilled as he rolls, and they stop him on 4th down with the heat.
Well, at this point of the game, in the second half, down 3 possessions, you're not punting anymore. Every 4th down you're going to be going for, regardless of where you are on the field. The problem is, defense knows it too, so they're going to play call accordingly. That time, they had a better play call on. They execute. It's just been that kind of day for this offense.
Yeah, and you use these running backs so much in the passing game now, and you expect him to make those plays for you, to make those big explosive plays out of the backfield. Just got to make sure he concentrates and see that ball come in.
Here's a quick throw out to the left. Finally run out of bounds, but he has his offense rolling with a 1st down.
And that's why for the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
2nd down coming up.
Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, is still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. Johnson wants to throw it.
What? How did I get that pick?
To show off that big arm. Clemson is quick to the line. A 1st down run on the doorstep. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Yeah, what a great job by the defense. You got to understand, it's physical time, right? They want to run the football when they start getting inside the 5. Nice job getting penetration, getting the tackle for the loss.
Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Now on the move. Touchdown, Tigers. And the beatdown has ensued. They'll try to add another to their lead. When the quarterback runs it, he's got the extra blocker in. I don't even know if he needed it. He just gashed them there.
Yeah, Reese. I mean, this offensive coordinator does a good job scheming ways to get this quarterback out into space with the ball in his hands. And when he's there, he can make people miss. And if he gets into the 2nd level of your defense, that dude is gone.
Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. We'll see if that failed 4th down in their own end last time, David, sort of curbed some of the aggressiveness.
When you hear about it all the time in football, go for it, be aggressive. The problem is when you get stopped, sometimes it puts you in a hole. And Jesse, now the offense has to come out and respond.
They were real disappointed not getting that 1st down. You could see it on the sideline. So let's just see if that's kind of galvanized them a little bit here to go make a statement against the defense.
Faced with a 3rd and short from their own 32 to keep this drive alive. They'll try to pick up the 1st through the air. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
Well, another incompletion. You can see the frustration building, but you got to give the defense credit. They came into this one knowing no one was giving them a shot because of their record, because of what their stats are on paper, but they're playing better football. They're playing with better effort, and right now they're making the most plays.
Turns out to be an easy conversion for this offense as they move the chains on 4th down. Sometimes we don't give enough credit to a receiver knowing exactly where he needs to be on the field, and they pick up the 1st down there.
Yeah, and you've got to give the receiver credit, obviously knowing where that is, but the defender needs to know where it is too. Where is he trying to get? That ball's going to come out quick. He didn't really understand where the sticks were, and because of that, he gives up the 1st down. Need to just be a little bit more aware as a defensive guy.
The Seminoles are moving quickly down the field. Trying to find his man on first down. Good timing on the quick out. And his molars are probably rattling after that big hit, but he did get the first down. Back to pass, it's Sullivan. He makes the connection. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that first down. And the Noles are in the red zone.
Second down coming up.
Looking to pass on second down. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Trying to pick up a first down. Trying to pick it up on the ground. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Trailing by multiple possessions in the third and desperately needing a score, they'll go for it on fourth down. The defense calls the timeout. They're second of the day as they try to get their act together. Now on fourth down, they'll try to come away with 3. The holder will kneel at the 24, a 34-yarder coming from the right hash. Splits the uprights. Good. Still down big here in the third quarter, but if you can recover this onside kick, you might get back in the game. Cool as a cucumber as the hands team makes a sure catch.
Well, great job by the hands team receiving there. They're able to spot the kick, fall on it, make sure they keep possession, secure it. Nice job.
Pre-snap motion in the backfield. Hold and fire complete. Still running at the 40. And he'll rattle to the 34 before he's finally knocked down.
At the 34. And that's a first down.
Wonder if they'll be conservative on 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Quarterback now breaking the field. And it's picked off. Going the other way, and he's got room. He goes out of bounds, but what a play to create a sudden change opportunity. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. Jesse, they had to kick a field goal the last time they had it.
Yeah, and oftentimes early in games, you're just trying to find your rhythm. Some things work, some don't on that first drive, David. It'll be interesting to see what happens here on the second drive.
Yeah, you got a feel for the defense now. You understand what they're trying to do, what their game plan is. Now you get to go into phase 2 of your game plan.
To throw, it's Sullivan. Got his man on the outside. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down mark. And the Seminoles are in the hurry-up. They'll throw on 3rd and short. Unleashes one. It's caught. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. The Noles come to the line with a new set of downs. Wants to throw on 1st down. Quick completion on the out. Afterburner's coming. Touchdown, Noles! And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby.
Number 6.
Great example of how a second half can really change everything for a team.
No doubt. First half looked bad. It looked like it was bleak. It looked like it was ugly. But now you're starting to get it turned around. More drives like this is what's needed.
Getting set for the point after. And after the extra point, they trail 35-17. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And the score comes on a pass from 40 yards out.
17.
Kickoff team is on the field. They'll try to drive this one deep. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. First down to start the drive after the break. The run from the shotgun. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. Commit to the run like this. Obviously, you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
From the gun, they'll try the middle. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chain.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff, where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football, and the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42.
You got to give the coaching staff credit because they really do focus all season long on situational football with the lead late in the game. If we're on offense, we're trying to stay in bounds. We're trying to bleed the clock. And after ripping off a really nice run, that guy knew, I've got to get down. I cannot get pushed out of bounds, cannot get tackled out of bounds. Really, really nice job.
Ball is at the 42-yard line, close to 4-down territory. Here's 3rd and short. The give from the gun. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
Well, the offensive line had everybody blocked except the defensive end. He was able to sneak into the backfield and get the tackle for loss.
They've already gone for it a couple of times on 4th down, converted once. Looks as if they'll try a 3rd. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Got it past the marker. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a 1st down for this offense. And the Tigers are flying down the field. A little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. He's knocked down at the 34, but they're sort of hitting them in the mouth with a 6-yard pickup there.
I think you have to like what you see if you're the coaching staff here. Your offense is on the field, and it looks like you got a pretty good drive going, and you're just going to try and keep this thing marching, keep the clock ticking. You've got a really nice lead here late. Just want to find ways to keep the chains moving. They're doing that.
And he breaks into the open. Touchdown, Tigers! And the punishment has been extended. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3. An impressive run from the back. Gets him 6 points, good drink of water, and maybe a little oxygen.
He definitely needs some oxygen after that long run, but it looks simple, right? Just hand the ball off, but when you can make big plays like this in the run game, man, does it make offense fun.
With the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Air Force is down, but they are not out of it. Not there in Colorado Springs, one of the more enjoyable places to watch a game in all of college football. They're trailing by 11 to San Jose State. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere.
1st and 10.
Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field.